Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another great week of IWF Slam action. I am Kimball Winstead, and I'll be sitting at ringside this week for another great week. But as you can see, my normal broadcast partner, Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock, is absent tonight. I mean, nobody seems to know where Jimmy is or anything about it. But anyway, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Also, Michael Thomas is on vacation this week, but we have a great night of action lined up for you right here on the IWF Slam. I'll be joined at ringside tonight by the king of all wrestling media, Gene Jackson. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching over the past week, crazy action right here on the IWF Slam. Neil the Real Deal Taylor versus Barry Wolf. A couple of weeks ago here on the IWF Slam, Neil Taylor lost a hair match. He loses his hair. Barry Wolf is still the IWF heavyweight champion. Questionable, very questionable means. Also, we saw the debut of Loverboy James Hardy. Hardy makes his appearance at the most critical time for Neil Taylor. And, well, if you've been watching, you know what I'm talking about. James Hardy makes his appearance and with a lot of controversy. Also, Dallas Monroe, no longer. He loses a career match a couple of weeks ago, loses to Chris Kilgore, and Kilgore is still the IWF TV champion, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, I could sit here and talk all day, but we're going to go to the ring right now. We're going to the king of all wrestling media, Gene Jackson, and we're going to get it underway right here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our opening contest on IWF Slam. Taking his way to the ring right now, this is Brody Hawk!
Brody Hawk set to start things off right here tonight on the IWF Slam. He is big and he's bad. Brody Hawk, one half of the tag team Pure Destruction. And I'll tell you what, wherever Brody goes, a lot of trouble and a lot of pain follows.
And his opponent,
DC Daniel Cross, one half of the IWF Tag Team Champions, set to square it off right here tonight with Big Brody Hawk. And I'll tell you, this is a classic. This is a classic example of speed versus power, and this should be a great, great matchup to start things off. A contrast in styles, to say the least. As I said earlier, I'm joined here at ringside tonight by the king of all wrestling media, Gene Jackson. He will be my broadcast colleague.
Kimball, I'm excited to be here. We got one half of Tag Team Champions getting ready to take on one half of Pure Destruction, Brody Hawk.
Exactly right. Like I said a minute ago, this is a contrast in style. We've got speed versus power, and this should be a great one right here. Both of these guys are more your tag team type wrestler, but this promises to be a great single match.
It is always fun to see guys out of their element. This is definitely going to be something that we don't see very often. But, man, Brody Hawk is a mean, nasty dude, man.
Without a doubt. And right now, DC Daniel Cross just...
Look at that's what I'm talking about.
I mean to tell you, referee Joey Lynn called for the break, and Brody Hawk just slapped the taste out of him.
He did. DC was going to give him a clean break, and he got a slap in the face. And I think he might have made a mistake because DC is wound up.
I tell you, DC is a super fast starter. I mean, in the matches you see him in, I mean, he's always all over the place when he first gets out there, and he's hard to contend with right at first. And I think if Brody can survive this onslaught right here, Maybe slow things down. This will be a great match.
Something you notice about DC, he is always trying to get that victory, Kimball. Every time he gets it down, he's going for the pin. He knows what it's all about. He's pinning those shoulders for the 1, 2, 3.
No doubt, no doubt. And,
here we go. Here we go.
Big Brody's got him grounded right here. He's working on DC, and referee Joey Lynn right on top of things. But Brody Hawk doing what he does best, and that's inflict pain.
Look at that. He's got him over them ropes. He's choking him. He's raking the eyes. Like I said, Brody Hawk will take the shortcut or two.
Without a doubt. Big Brody whips him across. Oh! Big backdrop, and DC is down, and referee Joey Lynn checking him out. I'll tell you, G, while we got a second, I just want to say it's great to have you here at ringside. Your knowledge and your experience, I mean, you've been in the ring for years and years, and just glad to have you here. And it's a welcome break from Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock.
Well, it's great to be here. It's an honor to be here right next to the great Kimball Winstead, a guy I've listened to on IWF Slam over the years. And you are one of the best, and I appreciate the kind words. I'm just proud to be here. And hopefully Hollywood Jimmy is enjoying himself wherever he may be right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. Nobody knows where Hollywood Jimmy is. He's just, I don't know, he's just absent tonight. But anyway, that could be a good thing. Right now we got Brody Hawk in the ring, and he's grinding down on DC. Wow, DC able to get that back foot. He's over that bottom rope.
He's able to get that foot back there. DC is always aware of where he's at in the ring.
Exactly right. Great ring presence. Gets that foot back there, and referee Joey Lynn right on top of Big Brody, though. He's still
big elbow.
Big back elbow. He's still continuing to just bring the pain.
Oh, man. Look at that knee right across the forehead.
Drops it down. Lateral press. DC. Still a lot of gas left in the tank right there. And glad to be here tonight right here in Hamilton, Alabama. I tell you, great crowd.
Hamilton, Alabama's got a lot of great history to it. Wrestling has always been well received here in Hamilton, and these fans are excited to be here. And they are about to see Brody Hawk suplex DC on the floor. Oh, gosh.
I tell you, I could hear his back just smack the floor all the way over here at the broadcast position, and Brody's just big and mean. Can't say anything else. He's just big and mean.
Absolutely, and it's hard to believe he's the little brother. He's got a bigger and meaner brother named Cody Hawk.
Exactly right. Cody is
he's a handful himself.
Exactly right. He goes right at 300.
Look at that. He knows how. Look at that. Brody Hawk working the system. He knew right when to break that count so he can inflict more punishment right to the steel post. Joey Lynn coming out to check on DC now.
I mean, he went face first, but like you said, Brody, just a wily veteran, sticks his head, kind of jumps in, doesn't break the count, goes right back to DC on the floor. And you can hear DC right here. I mean, he is in pain right now.
This ain't Brody Hawk's first rodeo. He has been inflicting pain across the Southeast for years. Pure Destruction have held every tag team title you could think of. They've beaten some of the top teams in professional wrestling. And being a half of HGH right now, DC's one half of the top tag team in the IWF, and I say Brody Hawk is making a strong case for a rematch down the line for Pure Destruction.
I thought we had a 3 count right there.
Close.
And I tell you, DC able to hook that rope with the able to get his hand on the rope. Joey Lynn right on top of it. And like you said, yeah, if this could be directly a setup to get Pure Destruction on the shot at the IWF Tag Team Championship.
And that was smart on the part of DC a moment ago because he could have exerted a lot of energy to kick out, but he knew all he had to do was put his hand up, grab that rope, and save that energy for later, and it looks like he is going to need it.
Without a doubt. He just ate a big clothesline, and he is down. Brody Hawk just methodically stalking this guy. I mean, he's just...
He enjoys this, Campbell. It's not a sport for him. It's not competition. He just enjoys beating people up. He enjoys inflicting pain. This is a fun Saturday night out for Brody Hawk right here.
He does what he loves to do, and yeah, he is. He's like you said, he's the smaller of the two. He's got a big brother, and when those two guys are together, I mean, the shirt says it all: spare none, destroy all, and that's what they do.
Absolutely. Like I said, if Brody Hawk wasn't in the ring right now on IWF Slam, he would be somewhere beating someone up nonetheless.
Exactly right. Maybe in a bar, maybe in a... No telling.
No telling. We shouldn't speculate, I don't think.
No
telling. Oh, man, look at that.
He's held him up there.
close.
Hats off to DC right there, able to kick out of that. I thought that was it. And, I mean, Brody just dropped him. He dropped him hard, held him up, let the blood rush to his head, and bam, drops him on the mat. And my hat's off to DC. I got to tip my hat to this guy. He is a double tough guy.
He is. He's got a lot of heart, and he doesn't give up. But like you said, Brody Hawk is smart. Everything he does for a reason. He held him up there longer, like you said, let that blood flow to the head before he crashed him down to the mat. And now where's he working? He's working on his head. He's working on his neck. It's systematic. Man, it's smart.
He is just, right now, he's picking DC apart. And DC,
the crowd's getting behind him.
I tell you.
He's pumping him up.
ropes.
Oh! That might be it, Kimball.
Wow.
That was close.
I thought that was it, Gene. I thought we had a 1-2-3 right there. And, I mean, DC had a little momentum, bounced off the ropes, and Brody Hawk shut it down right
Landed
there.
it. He landed it, Kimball.
Big power slam.
DC's going to, I mean, these fans are rallying behind him, but he's got to get something going pretty quick, Kimball, because he's only got so many more of them kickouts in him.
I tell you, getting dropped like that by the big guy, I mean, it's going to take its toll. And like you said, I don't know how much more he's got left. Brody Hawk.
That's not something you see out of the Brody Hawk playbook very often, and that might be why.
Very uncharacteristic. Goes for a drop kick. Of course, he comes up short. Brody feeling the effects. DC trying to get the fans to get into it. He's trying to get his wits about him.
I think he felt like he had the momentum there. He wanted to try something new, go out of his comfort zone, and it backfired. But look at this. Oh! Speaking of backfiring. Look at Brody pointing to his brain. He's too smart for that.
That move right there was DC's bread and butter. I mean, that's in his comfort zone. But DC's just got a lot of wind on his sails right now. He's taking some shots in this match.
Well, like I say, around this time, he'd be looking for that tag to Justin Rhodes, and tonight there is no Justin Rhodes to be found. We're a singles competition.
Brody on the top. Well, on the middle strand of rope. Referee Joey Lynn counting him.
A lot of time here.
Okay, he's taking a lot of time.
He's a little cocky. Oh! Too much time. Too much time.
Like you said, a lot of time, and DC able to get some wits about him, able to kind of collect himself, moves out of the way, and
fans of Hamilton are getting behind him, Kimball.
That's right.
They want to see DC pull out the victory.
DC desperately needs to get something going, and Brody, that was a lot of weight hitting that mat right there. I mean, he flew across the ring, and nobody home.
Oh, he's going to the top. This is where he's comfortable. Oh, look at that. Using the referee to his advantage.
Brody Hawk, I tell you, man, just a smart guy in the ring. He knows.
Oh, fires him off there.
Yeah, DC able to push him off. Up top.
Big cross body. Oh, I thought that was it, Kimball.
Oh, I tell you, if he'd have hooked a leg, it could have been it. He was unable to.
But he's taking a beating, man. I don't know if he's got his wits about him. Wait a minute. Brody Hawk going into his tights. He's known for this.
Oh,
he just hit him in the head with something. I don't know what.
Yeah, he nailed it. It looked like he had something. Well, yeah.
Well, there he put it back. I mean, from our vantage point, I don't know what it was, but it was certainly something that was...
DC is motionless. He's motionless. Cold as a wedge. Wow, great action right here. Great singles action from two guys who are tag team technicians, but a big win right there for Brody Hawk.
Could have gone either way, but Brody Hawk dug down deep, I guess you could say, dug down deep in his tights, that is, and came up with the victory.
I'm taking over IWF. Taking over.
Okay.
I will be the next IWF World Champion.
Stupid commissioner. What are you liking yourself? Get in here, James. What are you liking yourself in the office for? You know what's going on, don't you? You know we're highly PO'd right now because what in the crap is this? This was handed out at the event, next event. I IWF Slam presents Saturday, June 13th, Salvation Army Community Center, Tupelo, bell time 7:30, TV taping. That's all well and good. That we expected. But what is this? Neil Taylor versus Barry Wolf for the IWF title.
He lost.
He lost. We beat him. We beat him 2 or 3 weeks ago. How many times have we got to beat Neil Taylor? How many times? I know you're up his rear end, Dennis. I know y'all live in the same area. Y'all go to eat out together. You go to church together. Yes, Neil Taylor. Oh my God, I can't believe he goes to church because he's so sorry.
Neil Taylor goes to church?
Yeah, I know.
They pay-
Why? Why Taylor Wolf again? How many times has Barry got to beat Neil Taylor? And he did it last time with no help. We didn't cheat at all. We scalped that head. Kind of like yours right there, right there. See, I got a lot of hair. Anyway, are you going to answer me or not?
What part do you not understand?
I don't understand Neil Taylor versus Barry Wolf for the IWF title.
Back of the line,
And people
Mitch.
else had to get back of the line.
Let's see. I remember we were in the Salvation Army building when this match took place.
Yes, we certainly were.
All right. So we're on the same page.
Yes, so far.
So far.
You said that he beat him fair and
Fair and
square.
square. 1, 2, 3, right down the middle. Well, actually, he gave up. He tapped out. You were a wrestler. Went the old sleeper hold. You know where the referee goes 1, 2, and he couldn't raise his arm, so we run the bell is over.
He was out.
He was out.
I believe that's the day that I got the phone call.
What phone call?
Exactly.
What phone call?
call?
Do you owe money to somebody? Don't be blaming me because the bill
Hey, just
collectors
because
are
you got
calling.
problems with loan sharks, it ain't our
That's
problem.
right. We know about that gambling problem.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I know about that, by the way.
Do you?
Yes, I know. Have we heard that?
35,000 in Reno
Yeah,
plus
yeah,
another
yeah, yeah.
25,000.
Yeah. Anyway, we won't talk about that.
Yeah, that's
Go ahead. What's up? We are not putting our title on the line.
After I came back from that anonymous no phone call, there was a hint of some fragrance out there. It smelled like ether. I had a referee that was down.
Ernie, who?
I had
Ernie.
a
Smell like
wrestler
Ernie. Who's Ernie?
in the ring. I had a wrestler that was on the outside of the ring. And I had a man who I did not know at the time that was in the ring with Barry Wolf.
This is Lover Boy James
What are you
Hall.
talking about?
You know I did
Barry
proper
Wolf?
paperwork. He is hired by Dallas, Texas. You know that.
It came in afterwards, though. Now,
Why can't
if you recall, that very night, I granted Neil Taylor a return match.
I didn't hear that part. Did you hear that part?
No.
I didn't hear that part.
Too busy celebrating, man.
You're like the Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock. You're always running your mouth. You don't listen.
So you're saying there's nothing I can do. This is going to happen.
Oh,
June
yes.
13th,
Yes,
Salvation Army,
yes,
Tupelo,
there is
7:30 TV taping, IWF Slam, Taylor and Wolf again.
There is something you can do.
What can I do?
Not show up.
Oh, no. We don't show up.
Here I am at IWF. You people out there, consider yourself very lucky, and you should thank this business Upton for finally bringing me here. I'm the man in Mississippi. I'm the man in the South. There's no other name better than Nathan Aldridge. Tonight, I make a debut like nobody else because I'm issuing an open challenge to any punk in the locker room here who thinks they can handle what I bring. I'm the new kind of heavyweight. I'm a high-flying heavyweight. I am intensity. I am the man. You don't believe me? Stick around and watch what I do.
Now making his way to the ring, he is Lee
Lee Andrews set to start it off here in the IWF Slam this week. Newcomer, once again, another newcomer here to the IWF Slam.
and his opponent,
Neil Taylor making his way to ringside, set to square it off against newcomer Lee Andrews. And I'll tell you, Neil lost a little bit of hair this week, and you've been watching IWF Slam. You saw what happened a couple of weeks ago, and just a bad situation all the way around. As Barry Wolf able to retain the IWF Heavyweight Championship, and in the process, Neil the Real Deal Taylor lost his hair, and I tell you, he's looking to get some retribution. I promise you that.
I think I was getting punked there, Kimball. Ashton Kutcher's.
Singles action right here, Gene, and like I said a minute ago, joined once again here at ringside. It's my pleasure to be sitting alongside the great king of all wrestling media, Gene Jackson.
Podcaster, columnist, host of Cheap Heat TV. I do a little bit of everything, and I do some of it well sometimes.
I got you. Well, I tell you what, you did well here last week. Enjoyed having you, and glad to have you again here this week with the absence once again of Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock.
Get everybody. You know, he's usually not quiet this long. Right?
Yeah, you always hear something out of Jimmy, and it makes you think he's up to something. And when it's him, it's no good.
Absolutely. Well, Neil the Real Deal Taylor, one of the most popular guys in IWF, taking on a rough, tough-looking customer here in Lee Andrews.
I tell you, he's got the mohawk. He's a tough-looking dude. But I was saying a minute ago, Gene, before you got to the broadcast position, I was kind of going over. A couple of weeks ago here on IWF Slam, everybody saw Barry Wolf shave the head of Neil the Real Deal Taylor. Everybody saw the controversial, everything that happened there in that match. Just a bad situation. I tell you, Barry Wolf, he's still the champ. He's not here tonight, but he's still the champ. And I promise you, Neil Taylor, he is looking for some retribution.
He absolutely is. And Mr. Sensational and Barry Wolf, and along with Loverboy James Hardy, showed that there are no depths they will not stoop to get a victory and save that title. It was absolutely disgusting. They had a rag with ether on it. It was just a bad scene over there at the Salvation Army gym in Tupelo.
Oh yeah, I mean I was sitting at ringside. I was a pretty good distance from the action, and I tell you, I could smell it all the way over. When James Hardy came out and he had that rag and was spraying it down.
You ever smelled ether, there's no mistaking. There's no questioning. Is that ether? No, that's ether. You know it's ether.
It is, exactly right. And he came out, he put it to use, and you see the result right there in the ring. Neil Taylor got his head shaved that night, and
the crowd still loves him. He's still popular, with hair or without. They love them some Neil Taylor here on IWF Slam.
That's right. And Mr. Sensational and his group, they got over that time, but I promise you they hadn't heard the last of this guy. But anyway, in the ring tonight, he's looks like he's got his hands full once again right here, Gene. He's got the newcomer Lee Andrews, and referee Joey Lynn, he's right on top of the action, and Lee Andrews, he's got the advantage on Neil right now.
Well, he's choking him in the corner. He's breaking the rules. And big back body drop by Neil Taylor.
Wow. I tell you, Andrews hit that mat hard, and he goes to the outside. Referee Joey Lynn telling Neil, back it up.
He's a little rattled there, Kimball. He's going to have to go up there and collect his thoughts and come at this thing from a different way, because that was not successful.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly right. And, speaking of Neil Taylor, I mean, he has been in relentless pursuit of that IWF championship from day one. And I really, really liked his chances a few weeks ago in that match. Just a tough situation. We hadn't heard the last of that, I promise.
You know, I had a chance to sit down at length and talk with Neil Taylor right here on IWF Slam leading into that hair match. And I think a critical mistake that Barry Wolf made, this isn't just about the IWF title. Granted, Neil wants the IWF title. It means a lot to him, but Barry Wolf has made this so personal. Time and time again, he turned on him once. He put on a mask. He turned on him twice. Then he shaved his head right there in Neil's hometown in Tupelo. His family was there, his mom, his sister, everybody came out. They wanted to see Neil win the title right there in his hometown, and they watched him get his head shaved because of all the underhanded tactics of Mr. Sensational and his band of stooges.
Exactly right. And Neil has taken and taken and taken. And, it's like you said, it's personal. And I don't know. One of these days, I can't help but think Neil Taylor's going to Neil Taylor's going to, he's, all I can say is Barry Wolf, I like to call him the wolf in sheep's clothing. He hadn't heard the last of Neil Taylor, and that's exactly what it was. He came in with a mask and wolf in sheep's clothing, and he pulled the biggest double cross I've seen in quite some time.
He's yet to really give us a real reason why he did that to Neil Taylor. Neil Taylor was not just a tag team partner. Neil Taylor was a friend of his. Neil Taylor helped train him. Neil Taylor helped get him some breaks in the business. And to this day, I haven't heard a satisfactory excuse for my money anyway on really why Barry Wolf did the things he's done so far to Neil Taylor. It's
Exactly.
mind-boggling.
Me neither. I mean, I have yet to understand that. What is the personal deal he's got against this guy right here? I mean, because he's done some dastardly things to Neil, and I would sure like to know what the root of all that is. But probably money and jealousy, and
I think it's jealousy. I think at the root of it is ultimately what it's all about. I think it's jealousy. Neil Taylor has always, back from the early days of IWF, been one of the most popular stars in the IWF, and I think, wow, that was some vicious jump. Vicious jump.
I hate to interrupt you, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, you had to stop and acknowledge that because, wow, those just echoed throughout the gym here. Now Lee Andrews here is finally making some headway here on Neil. I mean, Neil has been in control, but now Lee maybe has got the upper hand here.
Making his presence felt, no doubt, and he's got Neil in a bad way right now.
William says it's on the chin.
Exactly right, and he's got his weight. He's got his weight. He's got his weight firmly on the back of Neil Taylor. And,
listen to these fans, Kimball. They love Neil Taylor. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, man. They big Neil Taylor fans here in Hamilton, Alabama.
But back to what I was saying before, I think it's just a matter of jealousy on Barry Wolf's part and Mr. Sensational's part. You know as well as anybody, Mr. Sensational and Neil Taylor have been fighting and feuding for as long as anyone can remember.
I'll tell you.
I don't know that it'll ever end. As long as one or both of them are here, they're gonna hate each other.
I don't think it'll ever be over, to tell you the truth. I mean, this goes way back to the early days of the IWF. I mean, back then it was the same thing, and nothing's changed. And but you know, Neil, I know, Gene, you and Neil were a successful tag team for quite some time, years and years ago, and I
know, Kimball, when you can say years and years ago.
I tell you what, we all are. Exactly. And
that's true.
You know Neil well. I know Neil well. I've known him for years and years as well. But Neil's a great guy. He's a good guy, and you just hate to see him. You just hate to see him get that kind of treatment. And one of these days, he's gonna. I'd like to think he's going to get some retribution.
It's far from over, Kimball. It's far from over. And speaking of far from over, this one is as well, because Lee Andrews is saying, don't look over me thinking about Barry Wolf, because you got a big man with a mohawk right here that's doing some damage.
Right. Neil Taylor, the heavy favorite in this match. I mean, experience-wise, and just in every category, Neil Taylor is the favorite in this thing. And I tell you, if Lee Andrews could pull the upset, imagine what he could do for his career here in the IWF. Neil Taylor, the heavy favorite in this match. I mean, experience-wise, and just in every category, Neil Taylor is the favorite in this thing. And I tell you, if Lee Andrews could pull the upset, imagine what he could do for his career here in the IWF. He may be wrestling Barry Wolf in the next month or so.
Lee gets around. He does a lot of wrestling over in Georgia, throughout Alabama, and he's an impressive guy, and he's looking, like you said, to make a name for himself in the IWF. And who better to make a name for yourself against than Neil the Real Deal Taylor in the IWF?
I was having a flashback when he was checking the arm of the night that they pulled the when referee Joey Lynn dropped Neil's arm that third time that night, it was devastating.
Everybody's heart dropped.
Oh, I know it. The crowd was just sickened by what Mr. Sensational and those Stooges did that night.
And you know what they did? they could have shaved him just completely bald, but they shaved enough of his hair just to really screw up his haircut. You know what I mean? Like where he could have just been a bald guy, and that's kind of stylish. There's a lot of bald guys out there. But no, they just shaved off the front of his hair and the sides just enough to totally mess it up to where he couldn't really fix it, you know?
Exactly. He had to go to the barber shop and get it, you know, or let
The
somebody
best you can
cut
do
it down.
with it, yeah.
Just had to take what he had and work with it because they absolutely gapped him up and messed him up.
And they took so much joy in that. Oh my gosh, those guys were so happy with themselves. It's sickening.
I mean, I was at ringside. I was just furious. I mean, because, you know, it was just so underhanded. And wait a minute.
Oh, man, he almost stole one. If that wasn't senior official Joey Lynn being on the ball, doing his job, Lee Andrews would have had an upset right there. He would have stole one from Neil Taylor.
Hats off to Joey Lynn. He is on top of the action when he's in the ring. And,
he's not the Wrestling News Center Referee of the Year for 2 years for nothing.
Exactly right.
Well, I didn't say that.
Exactly right. Yeah, Neil, a little trickery there from Neil Taylor, but referee Joey Lynn was out of position, unable to see, and 1, 2, 3, Neil Taylor's your winner.
Kimball Winstead, I think what that was a message to Barry Wolf that Neil Taylor will do whatever he has to do to get that victory, to get that IWF title, and if it means bending a rule,
hey.
Neil Taylor's broke some rules. Me and Neil Taylor have broken a lot of rules together. He ain't afraid to do it.
I know you have, and we're going to go to a commercial. Be right back in a moment with more great action.
Memphis Monroe is back on the IWF Slam. I'm still here in Japan. I'm still killing it over here on tour with my baby brother, Bull Monroe. We've been winning titles. We've been winning tournaments. We've been beating everybody. But it's just about time to come back to the United States because I've got some unfinished business. I've got some unfinished business with HGH that stole my IWF Tag Team Championship. And I'm coming back to get them. And I'm coming June the 13th at the Salvation Army Building, Tupelo, Mississippi. The new and improved Monroe brothers are coming. And we're coming for my tag team titles. HGH, enjoy your last couple of weeks as champions. Because June 13th, it ends.
All right, we're back on IWF Slam. Let's take it to Gene Jackson right now to get the next match underway. Set for singles action right here on the IWF Slam, and right now making his way to the ring, Nathan Aldridge. And I'll tell you something, Nathan Aldridge is a powerful individual. He's set right here to square it off against a guy whom is probably the most powerful guy here in the IWF Slam.
And his opponent,
making his way to the ring, Mitch Toretta, the Snake Man, and the Snake. And I'll tell you what, Mitch Toretta, probably the most powerful guy here in the IWF, but I'll tell you what, I would not want to beat Nathan Aldridge right here tonight for more than one reason. Number one, having to step into the ring with Mitch Toretta, and number two, the threat of that Snake sitting right there at ringside. Gene Jackson joining me back here at ringside for this match. And Gene, I tell you, it's bad enough that Nathan Aldridge has to square off against a big guy, Mitch Toretta, but also sitting over there in that corner is that big old snake. And
Kimball Winstead, that is the biggest snake I have ever seen in my life. I hope for Nathan Aldridge's sake it doesn't come out of the bag, but these folks just don't realize how big that is.
I'll tell you what, that thing is huge. I stumbled across it backstage earlier, and
it's taking a shower back there.
Yeah, exactly right. It didn't take me but a second to get out of the way.
We were in a gym, and it was in the shower.
Back in the dressing room.
I made a hasty retreat. Nathan Aldridge is not endearing himself to the Hamilton crowd here.
I tell you, Nathan, yeah, he's come out and he's pointed a few guys out at ringside, and he's expressed his opinion, but I tell you, he needs to tip light because he's in there with a guy right now that is a threat to every championship here in the IWF, and that is the Snake Man, Mitch Toretta. He is a powerhouse.
Let me tell you, though, Nathan Aldridge is a guy we haven't seen a lot here on IWF Slam. He's a guy that has been making a name for himself across the Southeast, picking up wins, picking up titles, and he's impressing and turning a lot of heads.
Exactly right. I've seen him across the area, and yeah, Nathan Aldridge is a double tough guy in that ring, but Mitch Toretta is just a brick house.
I thought he was a smarter guy than that, to run headlong into Mitch Toretta, but he'll find out real quick that don't work.
I mean, he'd have done just as well to run against that center block wall out there.
Exactly. Just run into that wall over there and you'll do right across the base of the neck.
Oh man. Aldridge, not a good move. Mitch Toretta, he is he's a unique individual, I tell you. He just absolutely steps right across the back, right at the base of the neck of Aldridge, and wow.
Mitch is another guy that he doesn't have the rotten attitude of Brody Hawk, but he is smart like Brody to where minimal amount of effort to do the maximum amount of damage, just like that. All it took was him to put his weight on Nathan's neck. Very little taken out of him by that, but a whole lot taken out of Nathan Aldridge by that. And Aldridge has got to figure out a better game plan than what he's tried so far.
Without a doubt. Some of the guys would have jumped over Aldridge, come off the ropes, springing back and forth, but not Mitch Toretta. He just steps on him and turns around and says,
bring the fight to me,
exactly.
And then I'll step on you once
exactly.
you do. Exactly. Well, Nathan's fired up right now. He's
oh boy. Mitch whips him in, and he's just standing there with his hands on his hips as if to say, what you going to do?
Like, what was the plan there, guy? Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow.
Kick to the breadbasket. I don't care how big you are, man. A well-placed kick will bring you down.
Exactly right, and Aldridge just figures, he says, well, I can't overpower this guy. Let me kick him, throw some haymakers, and try to inflict some pain, and that's what he's doing right now. He's got the Snake Man in a bad way.
Nathan's done his homework. You notice he was working on that left arm. That's the arm that he hooks you with for that DDT. If his arm's not working, he can't DDT you, Kimball.
Without a doubt. And Nathan doing a good job. I mean, he's staying right on top of it. Well, as I say that, he kind of pauses here, but
there he goes.
Yeah,
drops an elbow into the chest. Can't let Mitch get back on his feet, though. He's got to keep him off his base because we've seen he is like a brick house, for lack of a better word.
Exactly right. And referee Joey Lynn calls for the break. And, yes, like you said, he's got to stay right on top of Mitch Toretta. He's got to take the fight to him. And
he brought Mitch back to his feet, and I feel like that's a mistake. You had him off his feet, and that's the game plan. Look at this.
There we go. Just like you said, he's back on his feet. And, oh, wow. Those big, powerful tree trunk arms of Mitch Toretta right across the back. And,
Nathan might need a manager. I don't know if Mr. Sensational is shopping for new guys, but that's a mistake that I think he may end up regretting here if he can't get Mitch back off his feet. He had him where he wanted him, and he picked him back up, and Mitch just waylaid him with some punches.
Boy. Mitch calls a kid from ringside over it.
Oh, man. The kid just slapped the taste out of his mouth.
Hey, that kid, boy, I'll tell you what, he smacked him one right upside the head.
We may see a future IWF champion over there.
I'll tell you, man, he's got a big.
Laid it in.
he laid it in tight.
Big knee to the side of the head.
Lateral press. Didn't hook the leg. And it's like you said, though, back to Nathan Aldridge, if he had kept Mr. Toretta down, everybody's the same size when they're on that mat, but he lets him get up, and it has spelled nothing but trouble for Aldridge ever since. And
I agree.
The big guy, Mitch Toretta, is going to work.
This is big suplex we've seen Mitch use effectively quite a bit here on IWF Slam. And look at that.
I tell you, I think the ring moved. I mean, the ring absolutely bounced.
It absolutely moved. He drove him into that mat.
I tell you, Toretta trying to get over, lateral tried to pinfall, but Mitch just too slow getting over there, man. Mitch is he needs to get the cobwebs cleared and get going again here. And Aldridge the same thing. I mean, he staggers back into the corner and he is still breathing.
Oh, eats a boot. Good move there by Nathan Aldridge. That was a smart one. Look at this.
Oh!
Nice drop kick. Takes him down.
Wow.
Well, he's quite happy with himself. Look at that.
Goodness gracious. And
won a couple of people over with that drop kick.
Man, I tell you, Nathan Aldridge looking good right here tonight on the IWF Slam. He's taking it too. And you know what, Gene? If he could pull the upset here tonight, imagine how that would catapult him in the rankings here in IWF.
He's shooting to the front of the line. If he can get a victory over Mitch Toretta, he's in line for Chris Kilgore's TV title, and he'll be creeping up on that heavyweight title as well.
No doubt.
Mitch is in a bad way. He just got that boot raked across his eyes. And I think Nathan needs to get on him here. We've already proven once that bringing Mitch up, and he's doing it again, Kimball.
Oh, yeah, he brings it right back to his feet. And, wow, I mean, I would have thought he would have learned the first time, but,
well,
man,
he took him down. We'll give him that.
Right back down. And Mitch Toretta, like I said a minute ago, a lot of gas going out of that tank. And that time when Nathan Aldridge ran into him, I mean, he just flat on his back. And he's having his way with the big guy right now.
Yeah, he can't get hung up with these fans over here are kind of getting to him.
Oh, yeah.
And he's taking a moment to go deal with them, but he's definitely got Mitch where he wants him. He just drove that knee into his chest a minute ago. Now he's got his throat across the ropes. A big man like Mitch, and I'm speaking from experience, Kimball, because I'm a big man and I've been in that ring.
Right.
When the gas tank starts getting low, it is hard to get that big body off the mat.
I'll tell you, and he had his neck draped across the ropes, just choking him right there until the count to break it. And,
putting all of his weight directly on the throat of Mitch Toretta.
Without a doubt.
And Nathan Aldridge isn't near as big as Mitch, but I don't want him standing on my throat, Kimball.
Exactly right. He's big enough, and I'll tell you, if you look at Mitch on that mat, I mean, he is sucking wind right now. He's trying to regain what he's lost, but that's going to be tough going right here.
And not with much authority. Now, you seen earlier when he kicked out, he tossed him off, and you can tell that the tank is getting low, man, because he barely kicked out of that. So Nathan Aldridge is well on his way to possibly picking up, like you said, a victory that would shoot him to the top of the ranks of the IWF championships. And that's what you want to do. If you're a wrestler in IWF, you want to go for the titles.
Without a doubt. And, he's got that reverse chin lock on him right there, and referee Joey Lynn checking, making sure he doesn't slip that down into a choke. And imagine if he could slip that thing down. I mean, the effects that it would have on Mitch Toretta, I mean, he's already just gassed.
Might just shut him on down, Kim. It could just be...
It could.
And Nathan is certainly not above getting down under that chin and doing some choking. That's for sure.
Oh,
nice! Big
just
drop kick.
Wow. Man, Mitch Toretta, I think running on instinct right there, gets up, a couple of elbows, and just right back in trouble. And Aldridge with a nice place drop kick. Toretta's down again. And
Temple, we've seen Mitch in action a lot on IWF Slam. When's the last time you've seen him in this amount of serious trouble? And look, I don't know who had him in this much trouble.
I'll tell you who did. I will say this. He had a match against Brody Hawk back several weeks ago, and you know Brody Hawk.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw him here earlier.
Absolutely.
He's a monster, and he's really the only one I've seen get Mitch Toretta in trouble like this. But my hat's off to this Aldridge kid. He is absolutely bringing it tonight.
He is, and I'm sure he is gaining the attention of the office of IWF, and they're going to be looking to put Nathan Aldridge on some big shows, just like the big show coming up soon. in Tupelo. But wait a minute.
Oh, he's got it.
Look at this. Nathan found his way out of it.
Wow.
Oh,
Man. Right back to the arm.
On that arm. He knows that DDT. You've seen him reverse out of it. He's been studying Mitch Toretta. He's been watching IWF Slam. No way.
Whoa.
No way. Oh, my.
Wow. He scooped him up and slammed him. But, Gene, to answer your question, wait a minute. Your question from earlier, my answer was Brody Hawk is the only one I've seen do this other than Brody Hawk. And you know Brody Hawk, his reputation. Nobody has done this to the big guy.
And not even Brody Hawk slammed Mitch Toretta with that kind of authority. Wow.
I think he's gone above and beyond what Brody Hawk's done. I mean,
what are we doing here? We're going up.
This kid's tough.
I've seen Nathan do some things off these ropes. Whoa! Big moonsault. Nobody home.
Man.
But it was impressive nonetheless. More impressive than he landed.
Aldridge, I tell you, he just... I don't know. He strayed away from his game plan, and I just don't think that was a very good move.
I don't think it was. If he'd landed it, that probably would have put Mitch out, but he didn't, and now he is in trouble. Big clothesline, followed by another.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. Kick to the gut. Here it is. Is he going to be able to reverse out of it this time, Kimball?
Looks like it. He's got him hooked.
Like he plants him.
Wow, head first. Oh, my goodness.
That's it.
Wow, what a match right there, Gene. Mitch Toretta able to pull it out. I mean, you know, he caught Nathan Aldridge after he comes off the ropes, caught him and dropped the DDT. But I'll tell you, my hat's off to Nathan Aldridge.
Absolutely.
He came to fight tonight.
Impressive win for Mitch Toretta, but impressive showing for Nathan Aldridge. And he's a guy I think we'll be seeing more of here in the future in the IWF. As I was about to mention a while ago, coming up June the 13th, we're going to be back at the Salvation Army building in Tupelo.
Exactly
this
right.
is the kind of action you're going to see. And if you want to see, I don't know why you would, but if you want to see that snake up close, be at the Salvation Army building in Tupelo, because Mitch is going to be there. And oh my gosh, Kimball,
we're fixing to see it up close.
Oh wow, look at that.
Oh boy.
Holy cow.
Poor Nathan. I told Joey Lynn, I tell you.
Joey Lynn is out.
Joey Lynn gets out of there, and smart guy right here. He just bails out of the ring, and
Kimball, I've been to zoos, I've been to all sorts of things. I've never seen a snake that big in person.
That is the biggest snake, without a doubt, I've seen live and in person in my life. And Nathan Aldridge comes to, and I tell you, that just absolutely scared the stew out of him.
Well, I don't blame him. I would be making my way back to the dressing room as well. I would not hang out with that snake. But again, hats off to Nathan Aldridge. Impressive showing this week on IWF Slam.
No doubt. And right now, we got to take it to a commercial break. We'll be back in a moment with more great IWF Slam action.
Before we go any farther, I'd like to bring out Coach Parker. Coach Parker, it's so good to have you here. I think your boys had a fine season this year, what they got to play, that you're proud of. You want to say just a couple words about it?
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Because fortunately, this team goes with the baseball coach towards past renovations for this year and for future renovations as well. So I appreciate all y'all coming out tonight. Thank you very much.
All right, we've got another individual that we'd like to bring up here now, Mr. Wade Wizard. Wade Wizard. Around here, right? Mr. Williams, I understand that you're the mayor of Hamilton.
Thank y'all for coming tonight to support the baseball.
How long have you been in office?
About 2.5 years.
You going for a second? I've been talking to some of
here, and they said that some of the things that the baseball team could not have been done without your support. And that's Apple. There's a lot of places where they just don't care anything about sports in school anymore. And it's great. I played a little bit. I used to wrestle in rings just like this myself. It's about 40 years. So then I got smart. So I had to do more money on this end than that end. So anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Coach Parker. He's got something for you.
Y'all only got 4 people on the baseball team? Oh, a bunch over here? They trying to hide. Well, we don't want, we got ratings on the show. We don't want to ruin the ratings. So get in there, little boy. First of all, I'm going to do something that I normally don't do. I'm going to tell y'all the true story about the commissioner, and I'm going to get to the mayor. The commissioner here, Mr. Dennis Upton, if you go to YouTube, back in 1961 or 62, I believe it was, he used to wrestle in Memphis Wrestling back in the glory days. This man was whipped by the Moondogs, Jerry Lawler, Jimmy Hart, Austin Idol. I mean, every one of them whipped him every Saturday morning. But I'm glad you were there, although I don't know why you got the commissionership job of this company. But it's glad to have a wrestling legend in the ring. This is soon to be a wrestling legend. You remember him? You met him a couple weeks ago in Tupelo. My newest associate, Loverboy James Hart.
Crybaby James Hardy.
He ain't no crybaby. It's Loverboy. Don't call him crybaby. All right. Well, tonight, I don't know who they got you wrestling against, but whoever it is, they're going to go down 1, 2, 3. Now, here's what we want to know about the mayor. Why is he in the wrestling ring?
Because he has actually done something that was worthwhile other than run his mouth like you do.
Well, when I run my mouth, I'm running my mouth about something important. It ain't about no silly old plaque. Where's our plaque? Where is me and Loverboy's plaque? Mr. Sensational, Loverboy James Hardy, where's our plaque?
I think it's out that door to the left.
Y'all like this guy trying to get over on me, don't you? We ain't leaving. No, we won't. We'll stay all night if we want to.
Look, Rolling, it's not hard to get over, especially look over you.
Well, anyway, I don't know what the plaque deal is. I think it says worst mayor in the history of towns. But Mayor, I don't know what you're doing out here. I don't know what he's got planned for you. I understand he may let you get involved later on or something, but if he does or he doesn't, if he does, If you get this man's way tonight, I'm going to tell you, or next week, or the next week, I'm going to tell you, he's going to slap that smile off of your silly face. Okay? You know, everybody thinks we're playing right now. You think I'm playing, calling me names. If you get in our way, we're going to knock your head off.
I tell you what, you want to talk about playing? I'm not playing. And what I say goes on in this ring tonight, not what you say. You're just another guy out here that's a parasite to people like this. You want to make your money by getting out there, running around. You can't even know, you don't know the difference between a wristwatch and a wrist lock.
Remember what I said 1962 on YouTube? That's one of those wrestling terms. Ask Gene Jackson. He'll tell you. That's one of them wrestling terms from 1962.
I'll tell you what. Put a wrist lock on me.
Shut up. Put a wrist lock. Wrist lock.
Exactly. What I'm telling you. But I'll tell you, as I was saying, since you think that you want to be a thorn in somebody's side, you want to come out here and make threats, this man out here, he is going to become a thorn in your side.
No, he's a mayor.
He, before you realize it, he will be a referee in one of your matches.
No. Why don't we just go get the goofball in the concession stand and put a referee shirt on him? Better yet, why don't we get her right there? Why don't we put a referee shirt on him? That'd be probably better than him.
I tell you what, why don't we put a pair of tights on her and let her get in the ring with you?
No, you know I got a wrestler do this, Justin. Nobody out there will see me wrestle.
Nobody out here will see you, period.
Okay, I'm tired of this. Mayor, I'm telling you right now, you get in our, look, don't touch me, I'll knock you upside the head. You get in our business, I don't care if you're a referee or not. Guess what, referees, he can slap you. We may get disqualified. Who cares? We'll slap your head all the way to Winfield. Say something, little boy, and then we're going to end this up.
If you get in the way of the sensational Sultan of Sexy, you're gonna pay. Because I will take care of business, and I don't care if I get disqualified. I'm gonna enjoy every minute of legally getting to slap the taste out of the mayor's mouth.
This interview's over. I'm telling you, Mayor. Are you living in 1992, Punk? Stone Cold Steve Austin's been gone a long, long time. They don't do that what crap anymore. If you said yes, maybe I'd argue with you, but you said what?
Mr. Mayor, I did not say anything to you. I didn't say anything to you. I didn't ask you if you would be interested in doing that. But would you be interested in refereeing one of their matches? Absolutely. In the next 15 days, I'll have you in the ring in here. Let's hear it for the mayor.